Today, friends, let's hit the movies. So 59 hours and 7 minutes later, 22 films over 11 years, and finally, we've reached the Endgame. So Avengers Endgame is breaking all sorts of records. We're talking upwards near $1 billion in its opening weekend. But what can Avengers Endgame teach you about making long-form content for your brand? So in order to answer that question, we have to have a rudimentary understanding of what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the movies. They have 4 products, seemingly: Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and the Avengers. Yes, there are other movies to make up 22, but their 4 main categories are those. Then we also have to have an understanding of storytelling. And to do that, we've got to go back to the 4th century BC to Aristotle. Most people agree he's the first one to kind of give a formula to a story. And to Aristotle, the story centers around the plot. That is the core of what they're doing. For you, this is your brand. The core of what you're doing is your brand, and your brand has a beginning, a middle, and an end that repeat over and over and over again. And no, I'm not saying that your brand is going to come to an end, but you have projects, and those projects have beginnings, middles, and ends, just like Avengers Endgame. The thing that the Marvel Universe is doing with Avengers that is working so well is they have this rule, and that rule is each movie has to stand on its own, but connect to the larger universe. So think about your content that way. You're making pieces of content, they can stand on their own, but connect to a larger story. But that requires some planning. You can't just get up on Monday and say, oh, I should put something on the internet or make a piece of content. You've got to have a long-term plan that those pieces of content connect to so that they can stand on their own and tell a larger story. And the last thing they did is they made a movie for the fans, which when you're making your content, and we talk about this a lot here, you want to make content for your customers. All right, I hope you've seen Avengers 3 times this weekend, like I have, and have a wonderful week. As always, if you need anything, it's Eric at mlive.com.